everyone, this is Jules and Lou at Resin, and we are talking about fillet resin, which is one of Lou's favourites.
Yay, my favourite resin.
So what do you love to do with fillet?
Okay, so this resin, it's a 2-to-1 resin, so we always measure by volume, and it is your go-to resin if you want to work deeper projects, deep moulds, if you want to cast river tables, anything a little bit deeper, this is the resin that you're going to go for. The clarity on it is exceptional. Mm-hmm. We tend to pour in about a 5 centimetre depth at a time.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-to-1 resin, and it has a longer work time than our other resins. So you could mix it up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you could come back to it in the afternoon and pour it then, basically.
Yeah. Get your next layer down.
Yeah, you can work in layers with it. Ideally, if you're working with flowers, you're going to work in layers with this resin. Mm-hmm. Things in resin can float or sink, so it's really important to work in layers. This resin can sometimes, the hardener especially, can look a little bit yellow.
Yeah.
This is completely normal. Mm-hmm. Do not worry if it looks a bit yellow. This is just the UV stabilizers resting. Once it has been mixed in with the resin, the clarity is perfect.
Yeah, as you can see here.
Do you want to mention about crystallization?
So sometimes the part A of your fillet resin will get a bit cold and it will crystallize, and this looks like basically a bottle of solid mass sugar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's completely normal and completely reversible. You just need to pop this into a jug of recently boiled water, and it will start to almost not thaw out, but thaw out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like crystallized honey that then goes clear as it warms.
Yeah, it reminds me of honey in the jar when the honey goes hard. It can happen sometimes if it's been left stood still for a long time as well. Completely normal. 10 minutes for a bottle like this in hot water would be ideal. If it's a complete solid mass, I'd reboil the kettle and do it twice.
Do it again.
Yeah. If your bottle's nice and clean, you might just want to, in the winter months, stand it on your radiator. You could do that too. Mm-hmm. I really love this resin for really bespoke, special jewellery makes. The clarity for jewellery work, especially flower work, is really exceptional. Just mix up your resin in the morning and give it an hour or so to settle, to allow the exothermic reaction to settle before you pour it onto precious flowers, because when you mix resin and hardener, heat is generated, which we call the exothermic reaction. That heat needs to settle before you pour it onto pretty little flowers.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, it's just really beautiful, bespoke resin. Skull mould. I love it.
Stunning.
Yeah. Super tough, super durable. It's going to last and last.
Can you add colours to this one?
Yeah, you can add colours to it. It colours beautifully. It doesn't really hold a pattern, so it's not the resin that you would use for things like Petri art or with alcohol inks. You probably wouldn't use that one. It's so runny, it feels like water.
It does.
When you work with it. I really love that.
Yeah.
No bubbles, really low on bubbles. You won't see any bubbles. It's the go-to resin for making river tables, working with wood. I just love the clarity. Look at it. When you start working and mixing these two resins, the resin and the hardener together, it'll start off looking a little bit cloudy, and you might think, oh, this isn't quite right. Just bear with it, keep mixing for 3 minutes, and that cloudiness will disappear. Any little swirls in it, you need to just mix a little bit longer, and those swirls will disappear. But yeah, I love it. It's touch dry, ready for another layer after 12 hours or so, 12 to 18 hours, and you can take it out of the mould 3 to 4 days after you poured the last layer, and it will continue to cure for 7 days after your first layer. So it says it all on the sides of the bottles.
It's all
can't go wrong.
Really clearly.
Favourite resin?
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.